find themselves in all too familiar territory, hoping the team can end a long losing streak in the series finale with the Cleveland Indians. And good Sunday afternoon to you. Dick Bramer along with Bert Lila. The Twins do have a short, I guess it's a longer losing streak than they would like, hoping to end that here today. And I think we said this the last time Carl Pavano took the mound. The Twins have only 2 wins in September, and Pavano's got them both.
Yeah, Pavano, you look at Pavano's numbers, 8-12, 4.50 ERA. It could be a lot better. Carl Pavano himself says that he takes a lot of the blame of what's happened this year. Well, Pavano, not a strikeout pitcher, needs good defense behind him, and hopefully he'll get that here this afternoon because his mound opponent is a tough cookie. Justin Masterson, his record really doesn't indicate what he's been able to do this year. Over 200 innings pitched, his best season at the major league level. He's been the Cleveland Indians' ace.
With all the losses, there isn't a whole lot to be positive about regarding the Minnesota Twins right now, but there is this, and you don't want to put too much emphasis on a small sample size. Things are looking good for Chris Parmelee and Joe Benson. Hopefully a good start to a very long career.
Well, for Chris Parmelee, only 35 Major League at-bats right now. And you know what? In yesterday's ball game, we saw some good at-bats from this left-handed hitting first baseman. Ball down in the strike zone from Gomez, and then another pitch down. And then what I like to see right here, Twins last in the American League in home runs. He turned on a pitch inside. Twins need to see more of that, Dick.
Big thrill for everybody when they hit their first Major League home run. Chris Parmelee will talk about the big thrill yesterday when we come back as we get set for Game 3 of this series with the Indians. Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by Window Concepts of Minnesota.
Welcome back to Target Field on a foggy Sunday afternoon. Minnesota and Cleveland. First pitch just a couple of minutes away. Once again, the Twins getting some production from some of their young players. And yesterday, it was Chris Parmelee that got his first Major League home run. We caught up with him after the game and talked about what it felt like to get that first one out of the way.
Felt pretty good. Felt better than I thought, thinking about it, growing up and stuff, and it's 10 times better, especially in front of this home crowd. It was amazing.
Parmalee will be in the cleanup spot looking for more home runs today, playing at first base. The Bulldog, Carl Pavano, takes the ball. Dick Bramer, Bert Blyleven, first pitch right after this.
Indians, kind of a gray, misty afternoon. Some much-needed rain hitting parts of the upper Midwest, but we're hoping to get this game in on time, uninterrupted. And our national anthem now performed by the Singing Statesmen.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
brings back memories. We've told this story before. When I was a kid watching Twins baseball, the national anthem was part of the telecast. And times have changed, but on those occasions where we still bring you the anthem, I can't help but think about standing up in my living room as the national anthem was on before every Twins telecast.
Okay.
Carl Pavano finishing his warm-up tosses, and Manny active with his Menards batting order. Kosuke Fukudome leading off. Jason Kipnis hitting second. Carlos Santana. Jim Thome back in the lineup today. Shelley Duncan will follow. Lonnie Chisenhall, Jason Donald, Ezekiel Carrera, and Lou Marson.
And it'll be Carl Pavano on the mound, making his 31st start, his 4th against the Indians this year. Pavano for the 4th time in his career, right now at 200 innings, so he'll go 200-plus innings again for the 4th time. Twice with the Florida Marlins, 2nd time in a row for the Minnesota Twins. Good career numbers against the Indians. In 8 career starts, Pavano 3-2 with a 2.53 earned run average.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins. The Twins were hoping that Danny Valencia would be in at third, but he's been scratched. Benson, Revere, and Repko, the outfielders. Hughes was at first. He's back over at third. Plouffe and Dinkelman up the middle. Chris Parmalee back in the lineup as the first baseman. Drew Butera behind the plate.
Now, if you've not seen Carl Pavano pitch before, a guy that relies on both sides of the plate with this fastball, a changeup, he'll throw a breaking ball, but mainly just off-speed stuff, and then control his fastball early in the ball game. Excellent control for Pavano. Only 38 walks in 200 innings pitched.
Fukudome will lead things off, then Kipnis and Santana. Pavano with 2 more starts after today, it figures, and he would like to get his 10th win this year. There's a strike. Very likely will be the only Twins pitcher to get there if he does. 1 strike to Fukudome. And now a ball.
Yeah, you have Pavano at 8 wins. You have Dunsing and Liriano at 9 wins.
Those 2 pitchers, although Liriano figures to get a start in Cleveland next Saturday as part of the doubleheader. Starting pitcher has to go 5 innings. We don't anticipate Liriano going 5. He might. That would be great if he could. Got to go 5 to qualify for a win. 1 and 2, and Fukudome gets time.
Yeah, Liriano pitched 2 shutout innings in yesterday's ball game, as Brian Dunsing threw 1 shutout inning. So they got some work in.
And a call, 3rd strike. Fukudome backed away, thought it was inside. Pavano gets the call.
Well, I tell you what, again, you hit your spots. Butera and Pavano pretty good at this. Butera sitting inside, and the ball looked a little bit inside, but hey, boys, be swinging the bat. Mike Everett behind the plate. This year for Pavano, making his 4th start, you can see a 2.11 earned run average. Total of 21 1/3 innings into 3 starts, so he's averaged over 7 innings. Only 3 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Those numbers against the Indians. Nice pickup by Parmalee. Pavano to the bag, makes the play. Safe! Pavano missed the base. He's talking with first base umpire Mike Winters, claiming, I guess, that he got the side of the bag. It was a nice play by Parmalee, and it looked like Pavano kind of stutter-stepped his way around the bag.
Well, it's always hard right there. You like to get the ball a little bit quicker than Pavano did. He had to kind of go down and get that ball, and then it's all a timing play. You do this so much in spring training. They call it PFP, pitcher's fielding practice, and Pavano right there, boy, sure looked like he got the bag.
Yeah, with the side of his foot,
yep,
right, not there,
right
but there. Dragged it. So a runner at first, 1 out. And that'll bring up Carlos Santana.
Pavano will get an error on that play.
Ball 1. Santana with a home run Friday, another one yesterday. And Pavano tried to get a generous outside corner, but missed. It's 2-0.
Yeah, Santana, switch hitter. 21 of his 25 home runs have come from the left side of the plate, where he's hitting only 206. 309 as a right-handed hitter.
Way out in front of that 2-0 changeup.
Yeah, good changeup right there. And that's what Pavano can do, you know, in a fastball situation, pull the string. He has so much confidence in two types of changeups. One that he splits open a little bit like a split finger, and then he'll add a third finger for another type of changeup.
And a strike taken
on a pitch that's 80 miles an hour, so there's another off-speed pitch that Pavano wants to establish early. It's going to make that 89 to 91 mile an hour fastball seem 92, 93 if he can throw that changeup. Look at the locations of all four pitches.
And he gets a strikeout for out number 2. First base occupied, so there doesn't need to be a throw. 2 down.
Well, Dell behind 2-0, changeup for strike. That Santana was way ahead, and then an outstanding changeup. Then he pulls the string again. And that ball had some downward plane to it. And Santana, his second strikeout victim.
A nice ovation for Jim Thome here, and I'll be curious as we move along here this afternoon. Cleveland's last game here. The thought in the back of, I'm sure, a lot of fans' minds, this might be the last time we see him play. In person, at least. Twins go to Cleveland next weekend. Ball 1. Thome played Friday, hit a home run, provided the eventual game-winning run, and then did not play yesterday. 1-1. The Twins completed their transaction with the Indians over the weekend. They took a check from the Indians for $20,000 for Thome. Originally, it was set to be a player to be named later. The two teams settled on a cash settlement instead. I'm assuming it's a check rather than, 200,000 dimes or anything like that.
Pavano ahead in the count.
Oh, very close pitch.
Boy, again, look at all four pitches right there. Nothing down the heart of the plate. 3 pitches, outer half of the plate. He went in for a strike and then just misses down and away.
2-2. Thome's at bat, still alive.
That is control.
Runner goes. Butera's throw. Not in time. A stolen base for Kipnis.
Well, nothing new with Pavano on the mound. 22 stolen bases in 26 attempts. Kipnis got a very good jump. Butera, outstanding arm, but look at Kipnis. By the time Butera threw the ball, he was 2/3 of the way to second base, and Kipnis steals his 3rd base of the year.
Now the count full to Thome. And a tapper foul on the changeup.
Yeah, 2 veterans going at each other right here. Thome in his 21st major league season, Pavano in his 13th major league season. Pavano making his 271st major league start. Thome is 120,000th at bat.
Twins, of course, have the infield shift on, with Plouffe lined up almost directly behind the second base bag. There's a called 3rd strike. Gave him a fastball over the inside corner, and Pavano pitches around his error and strands Kipnis at second. 57 degrees, some light rain falling. And a scoreless top of the first inning. The Menards batting order for the Twins as they hope to get the game's first lead. Ben Revere, Trevor Plouffe, Michael Kadire, Chris Parmelee, Luke Hughes, Brian Dinkelman, Joe Benson, Jason Repko, and Drew Butera.
It'll be Justin Masterson on the mound, 11-10 on the year. Very good 3.2 ERA, making his 32nd start. His 4th start against the Twins. He's allowed 2 earned runs or less in 21 of his 31 starts and just has 11 wins to show for it. And still looking for his first career win against the Twins. This guy has pitched outstanding against the Twins this year alone in 3 very good starts. 1.54 ERA, but has yet to have a win against the Twins in 8 career starts.
To put it in perspective, he's got about the same numbers against the Twins that Justin Verlander has. The difference is Verlander's 3-0 against the Twins, and Masterson can't seem to beat him. Backhanded by Chisenhall, the third baseman. Low throw, dug out by the erstwhile catcher Santana, 1 away. Northland Fort defense for the Indians. Shelley Duncan's out in left. Ezekiel Carrera in center. Fukudomi in right. Chisenhall, Donald, Kipnis, Santana around the infield, and Lou Marson behind the plate.
Masterson will get a lot of ground ball outs. He's kind of a slinger from kind of 3/4 sidearm type delivery. But boy, he's got a good sinking fastball.
Recently, as last year, there was some indecision about where Masterson would better fit on the Cleveland pitching staff. Would he be a better reliever or a starter? And I think he's done a nice job eliminating those doubts this year.
Oh, he's been very durable. He was one of those guys in the Boston Red Sox organization. They had the same thing. Do we start him? Do we relieve him? And, you know, when he came over here, Indians needed a starter. They gave him that opportunity. Last year, 180 innings pitched. He won only 6 ball games, but an ERA at 4.7, but quite a turnaround. Career numbers all around for Masterson this year.
All back by Plouffe.
Been very stingy, too, on allowing home runs. Only 10 home runs allowed in 31 starts.
Now 205 2/3 innings pitched. Did give up 3 home runs in Arlington to the Rangers, but a lot of people give up home runs down there.
There's that good sinker down and in. And Masterson, as I mentioned, this year against the Twins, no wins, but look at that, 23 1/3 innings in the 3 starts. Just 1 walk with 13 strikeouts and no home runs allowed. The Twins are hitting just .217 off of him.
Here's Michael Kadire. Big difference between lefties and righties. Maybe the best approach if you had a full Twins roster would be stack up the lineup with as many left-handed hitters as you can. They have a better chance than right-handers, but even in September, Ron Gardenhire doesn't have much flexibility in terms of who to play. So many guys who are on the active roster have been shut down for the season.
Yeah, left-handers hitting .284 off of Masterson. 8 of the 10 home runs coming from left-handers. Right-handers hitting only .215.
Little ground ball to short. Donald has it. Off target and safe. Santana missed the tag, so the Twins get a break with 2 out. And Parmelee will have a chance with a man aboard.
Yeah, Struble Cabrera getting the day off, so it's Jason Donald playing short. His 3rd error of the year. The grass may be a little bit wet right here, and the ball kind of sailed on him. And Santana looked like he missed the tag right here. Take another look. They kind of swiped at Kadire and missed him. So it'll be an error on Donald.
You could see Donald after the play blowing into his throwing hand. Indians came here from the blistering heat of Texas, where they played 3 games in over 100-degree temperature. And now they come here in a cool, damp afternoon. Donald flings one away, and Parmelee comes to the plate with a man aboard.
Again, congratulations to Chris Parmelee on a great day yesterday, hitting his first major league home run.
Grounder foul. 2 strikes now to the Twins cleanup hitter. Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition.
This will be a good matchup right here. Now Parmelee, of course, not a lot of major league at-bats, but yesterday what we saw, the ball down in the strike zone, he hit the ball pretty sharply, and Masterson, that's his key. Keep the ball down, that sinker down.
Kadire goes. And he kicks the ball toward short. It's a stolen base for Michael Kadire. Parmalee takes a ball and Kadire swipes a base.
Yeah, again with that sling that Masterson has, allows you a couple extra steps. And Donald right there trying to catch the ball and tag Kadire. Kadire with his 10th stolen base in 11 attempts this year. Doing a good job of that.
A base hit to the outfield might score the game's first run. 1-2 to Chris Parmalee. Fouled back. Where his Double-A teammate and now Major League teammate Joe Benson has had problems with 2 strikes. Parmalee's done a better job putting the ball in play. 4 strikeouts in 28 at-bats. Benson struck out 11 times in 33 at-bats.
Yeah, Parmalee down in Double-A, 530 at-bats, 29 doubles, 5 triples, 13 home runs, drove in 83 runs, the most at the Double-A level for the New Britain Wildcats.
And Parmalee's drawn 5 walks so far this year against his 4 strikeouts, and he takes ball 2 there.
Rockcats, not the Wildcats.
Off the handle of the bat, foul. Even if this continues, if Parmalee has good days like yesterday, Benson has good days like Friday, you don't want to read too much into it. It's a good week, month, whatever it turns out being for these guys. But they just want to leave a good impression with the field staff.
They want to get a good read out of it. This will help them going to spring training next year. That'll make them so confident going into spring training, realizing that they can compete at this level wherever they start next year.
Close pitch taken there for ball 3. Luke Hughes on deck hoping for a chance. Parmalee trying to drive in Kadire from second. Liner to the shortstop, Donald, who makes a great catch. Great at bat for Parmalee. He had a blistering line drive headed for left field, but it never got there. Brought to you by Pentair. No score after an inning. Carl Pavano struck out 3 men in the first inning. He'll face Shelley Duncan, Lonnie Chisenhall, and Jason Donald.
Yeah, I think what we showed in that first inning, Pavano, nothing was down the heart of the plate. Anthony Swarzak yesterday went only 1 inning and 2/3. Everything was pretty much down the heart of the plate. Pavano working the corners, changing speeds in that first inning. Hopefully it will continue here in the second.
Here's Duncan. And a pitch up, ball 1. Duncan finishing strongly with a lot of power. Now 9 home runs on the season. one at the belt, 1-1.
Yeah, Duncan, a big kid, 6'5", about 215. Originally signed by the Yankees in his second season with the Indians. Up and down the last 2 years. This is his fourth stint with the Indians this year.
Pavano giving Duncan 3 fastballs around the perimeter of the strike zone, 2-1. Towering pop-up. Wide of third. Hughes with the catch. 1 away. You can ask a question. You better hurry. We're almost out of games. But you can ask a question or offer up a comment online at carsoup.com/baseball. Rob Miklo from Brainerd wondering how close Denard Span is to returning to action.
Well, taking some batting practice. Denard Span would like to get into some ball games. He's hoping to get into a ball game maybe as soon as Tuesday.
Yeah.
When the Twins come back.
He and Alexi Casilla in the background. They won't be going to New York for this little 1-game exhibition we've got tomorrow because they won't be playing. But the hope is they'll both come back and play in the Seattle series. Twins have a game tomorrow, even though the schedules say there's an off day. It's a makeup of a rained out day back in April sometime. I forget the date. What day?
I'll never forget that. April 6th. I'm going to re-celebrate my birthday tomorrow in New York.
You are?
Since that game was rained out.
Okay. I don't have to get another cake, do I?
Well, only 202 more days until my next birthday, but I'm going to celebrate it again tomorrow. Never really got a chance on April 6th. Chisenhall, who got really nice praises from his manager, Manny Acta, they like the way that he's playing the game right here. Gets a base hit.
Jason Donald will hit with a man aboard and 1 out. Now next year, according to the schedule, we'll be in Baltimore opening up the season on your birthday, right?
Yes.
You're going to get a big crab cake with how many candles should be on the big crab?
It should be 61 then. That's a lot.
Strike 1 called to Jason Donald.
Yeah, Donald in his second season with the Indians last year got into 88 ball games. Kind of utility type player. Infielder.
Can't parlay it, I don't suppose, into anything good financially, but he was the guy that got the gifted base hit in the Galarraga near perfect game. He was the guy who hit the ground ball to Miguel Cabrera, and they ended up Jim Joyce ruled it an infield hit when in fact Galarraga had his foot on the bag. 2 strikes. So he'll be an answer to a trivia question. 4th strikeout already for Carl Pavano. Our Sanford Health injury report. It looks more and more as if Jason Kubel might be done for the year too. Pain in his left foot. The doctors say needs rest. It's hard to rest when you're playing Major League Baseball.
Well, it's his first day in 3 days. We haven't said that somebody's season is over with completely. You know, it was Mauer here on Friday, and then Nishioka yesterday, and then Kubel. You know, that pain in the foot has been a pain to him.
Bouncer to second. Dinkelman throws to first and ends the top of the second inning. No score here in Minneapolis. Minnesota Twins baseball is brought to you by Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. And that's the rolling hills and farmland near Preston, Minnesota, and southeast Minnesota. Probably needing some rain like most of the farmland up in Minnesota. It's a scenic town of 1,400 located in the Root River Valley. Convenient access to over 50 miles of scenic paved trails on the Root River and Harmony Preston Valley State Trails. Looks like about 8 miles south and east of Fountain, Minnesota. Luke Hughes leading off the second inning for the Twins. He'll be followed by Brian Dinkelman and Joe Benson. Over for a strike, 1-1.
That big breaking ball right there by Masterson. Again, a guy that gets a lot of ground ball outs.
Another breaking pitch. 2-1. Ball wide, and it's 3-1. He's got a base runner in the first on Donald's error. Twins would love to get the leadoff man on here and try to work him around for a run. That one hit the center and down for a hit. So Hughes lining a sharp single to center to start the second inning. As part of our Fox Sports Supports charitable initiative, we're more than happy to wear pins during our 2011 season on Fox Sports North to support Stand Up to Cancer. It's work to fund groundbreaking research that helps accelerate treatment to patients. For more information, visit standuptocancer.org/Fox Sports. Here's Dinkelman. Good day at the plate yesterday with 3 hits. All of them pulled through the hole on the right side. And he takes inside, ball 1. Twins have seen an awful lot of the likes of Revere, Tassoni, Benson, Parmalee. Yet of the young players, the players who weren't supposed to be here, Dinkelman's had some productive at-bats with 11 hits, all of them singles, and 35 at-bats.
Yeah, he got his first major league hit earlier this year on June 4th against Luke Hoshaver in the Kansas City Royals.
Top of the sinker and fouled it. 1-2. Don't know how many of these younger players who spent most of the year in the minor leagues will be in the starting lineup tomorrow, but an eye-opening experience for a lot of ball players playing their first game at Yankee Stadium tomorrow. Up and away, 2-2.
Well, they bring some energy with them, too. You know, Parmalee, Benson, you know, when the season's going the way it has been for the Twins, you like to see these young kids come up and bring some enthusiasm to a ball club that has really struggled this year. Getting the opportunity, that's the key.
2-2 to Dinkelman. Chop to the right side, and Dinkelman has another hit through the hole. Hughes wheels around second and goes to third. So he's using about 1/4 of the field, but he's racking up hits, pulling the ball to the right side.
Usually it's the high chopper over the mound. Here it's the high chopper over the head of Santana, who had to hold up Hughes, or holding Hughes on at third. So Luke Hughes gets a good read and hustles over to third. So Dinkelman picks up a base hit.
Be a good time for Joe Benson to pick up his first major league run batted in. First to third, nobody out. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Benson thought it was outside. Benson with a 4-hit night here Friday, including 3 extra base hits. Chopper. And he'll get his first major league run batted in. Benson with a little number in front of Chisenhall. Hughes comes in, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, Benson, who had 67 RBIs down in Double-A in 111 ball games, picks up his first major league home run, and the Twins take a 1-0 lead. 167 RBIs, picks up his first major league RBI.
Brings up Jason Repko with Dinkelman now at second and one out. High, tight ball one. Pop-up short left field. In fact, in foul ground, it's Chisenhall making the catch, out number 2. And that'll bring up catcher Drew Butera. Butera with a chance to drive in Dinkelman from second. One strike.
I think we touched on it yesterday, Dick, with Butera and Rivera now, catching the rest of the season. You lose a lot behind home plate. When Butera came up, they knew what they were getting, a good defensive catcher, but not much offense. In 5 minor league seasons, a career .214 hitter. Right now hitting at 157.
And that's why, it's one of the unfortunate things, but I think it's unfair to expect Butera to be something that he's not. He's just being asked to play more, and his offensive deficiencies are more evident now than playing once or twice a week. We'll go get a new bat.
Well, last year, Butera in his first season at the major league level with the Twins played in 49 ball games, hit only 197.
And everybody was fine with that.
Right. Yeah, because Joe Mauer was, hitting over 300.
Right. One and two, Masterson to Butera. Two and two. Well, you look at the two catchers right now, Rene Rivera and Drew Butera, and basically that's one hit for every 7 at bats, as opposed to Mauer, who would have at least 2 hits in every 7 at bats. 2 and 2. Chopper to short. Donald fires on target this time. The Twins are done, but the inning starts with a pair of singles. Benson drives in a run, and it's 1-0. Miller High Life This summer, find out how giving back bottle caps can give returning vets a piece of the high life. Go to MillerHighLife.com for details. Dick Bramer, Bert Blyleven here. We head to the third inning, joined this inning by Tim Laudner.
What do you say, fellas?
Hello, Lods. How are you?
I didn't go to the well today because
you don't want to get your hair wet.
I forgot to put Rain-X on my head. Sorry.
Welcome.
And Pavano pitching to Lou Marson. First pitch grounded up the middle. Stopped by Dinkelman. Comes up firing and offline. It'll be a first pitch leadoff single. Well, Tim, since you're here, I had a question for you. A play early in the ball game yesterday with Travis Hafner singling to right. And I wanted to ask you about the proper fielding position for catcher Rene Rivera.
Yeah, you got to make sure that, number one, that you have the plate. But Rene Rivera really there's nothing to be gained from going off the baseline. As soon as you leave the baseline, you're in no man's land. And there's no play. The runner's going to try to get to the base. And so the proper play is to try to move up the baseline towards third base, try to catch it somewhere in the running zone.
A little hit and run attempt. Second baseman Dinkelman flips to first, and Marson advances to second base.
But these are, if you make the play towards third base, now you got a chance to catch the ball and swipe tag. You're still going to be a ways away from the plate, but you're not off the baseline, and you're not giving the runner an opportunity to go towards the inside and score an easy run. So, but these are, we've always talked as analysts about the little things that have to take place during the course of a ball game, the little things that add up to hopefully one big giant win.
Well, the reason I asked, Twins ended up losing the ball game handily last night, but it would be a tougher catch of the ball. You'd have to short hop it.
Yeah, well, that's part of the deal.
Right.
That's just all part of the deal. And there are ways that as a short hop, you want to make sure that you get low, get your eyes down on the plane of the baseball so that you can, number one, catch the baseball, and then number two, make the tag. You can't make a tag without the baseball. You can try, but there's nothing going to happen there, right, Bert?
No.
It's just,
you need that ball.
Got to have the ball. But my other contention, too, Dick, is that far too many times early in the ball game, the ball's going to home plate when it shouldn't be going to home plate. The players need to do a better job of reading the situation. The game situation dictates. Read the play. Make sure that the runners aren't advancing. Keep the double play in order. Stay away from the big inning. Yeah, you go ahead and give them one, but don't give them two or three, because that's a deeper hole to try to dig out of as you move along during the course of the game, especially earlier in the game. So far too many times, for whatever reason, the outfielders are thinking, I'm going to throw this guy out at the plate. And I remember an instance earlier when, I don't know if it was Ben Revere or Denard Spanner try to throw out Austin Jackson at the plate early in the game. Well, you got no business trying to throw out Austin Jackson, the center fielder from the Detroit Tigers, at home plate. Get the cutoff man. Keep the double play in order. Stay away from the big giant inning. If you give them one, you give them one. You know what? That's not a crooked number. We'll come back and put a crooked number up on it.
And I think, Timmy, what we've seen this year is those are the things that have just been eating at Ron Gardenhire and his coaching staff about the fundamentals of the game of baseball. And that's why, again, Twins are going to come into spring training, the everyday players early, and just go over fundamentals over and over and over until hopefully these young kids can get it right.
Well, once those fundamentals, once those things become second nature, and the fact that you visualize a play before it happens, you're more apt to make the proper play. Last inning, Minnesota Twins executed a wonderful first to third play. Brian Dinkelman hits the high chopper and Luke Hughes goes to third base. That's something that has to take place second nature.
Finally, Kipnis is retired. Now, in high school, we were told that the catcher should call for the cutoff. That's still true up here?
Well, yeah, but by the same token, you have to trust that your corner infielders, your third baseman and your first baseman, understand and visualize the same play that you're visualizing. The fact that when first base is occupied, that means the third baseman's going to stay at third base and the first baseman's going to be the cutoff man, except for a play to left field. And if first base is unoccupied, that means that the third baseman's going to be the cutoff play to everything except for right field. But you understand where your positioning is going to be, who's making the throw, how far you have to go out.
It's kind of a game within the game, Timmy.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times the scoreboard also dictates where that ball should go and where it shouldn't go. If you have a big lead, of course, you hit the cutoff man. You let the run come in, and you hopefully that you don't allow that bigger inning, the multi-run inning, let that other team get back into the game.
It's just about understanding the game situation, and the game situation is going to dictate how your play is going to be handled and what you're visualizing.
I think Santana's already seen enough of Pavano's changeup. He's retired, and our thanks to Timmy Laudner for stopping by and clarifying a play that happened yesterday.
Thank you, fellas.
And it'll be Star Wars night at Target Field. There's a ticket package available at twinsbaseball.com/Star Wars or call 800-33-TWINS. A portion of each ticket sold will benefit Stand Up to Cancer. Star Wars characters will be on hand for the game. And you can join us at Target Field Tuesday for Star Wars night and help Stand Up to Cancer. Here is Ben Revere leading off the Twins' third, followed by Plouffe and Kadire. Strike one on the inside corner.
Well, we've had some rainy days here at Target Field. I don't know if we've had a day like this where it's just been misty, but also, the cloud cover is very low.
And up the middle, a base hit for Revere. So Revere's aboard with a leadoff single. Twins got one of those in the second, turned it into a run.
Well, the speedy Revere at first base. We saw Michael Kadire steal a base in the first inning. And a fastball, not a lot of movement on that fastball, allows Ben to hit it right back up the middle.
Now, if Michael Kadire can steal second, as he did in the first inning, you got to believe Revere's thinking that here after his leadoff single in the third. Revere with 30 steals was thrown out here on Friday night, and Plouffe swings at the first pitch, tapping it foul.
Well, if you look at Masterson again, a guy that's 6'6", and with that long arm slot that he has, that gives that good base runner a little extra step or two towards second base.
Revere stays put. Plouffe takes ball one.
Now we saw here on Friday, Marson behind the plate has a very solid arm. As a pitcher like Masterson, you just try to, make him stop.
Revere goes, and the pitch bounced foul. Revere got a good jump, but now it's 1-2 on the batter.
Masterson, just 26 years old, already in his 3rd season with the Indians after a couple years with the Boston Red Sox.
Lines it foul into the right field corner.
Thank goodness everybody's okay. Smiles all around.
One and two to the Twins shortstop. Breaking pitch, got him, one away.
Second time that Plouffe has gone down on strikes. He swung at a sinker down and in his first at bat in the 1st inning, and then here a breaking ball that just freezes Plouffe at the plate. So 2 strikeouts for Masterson, both being Trevor Plouffe.
So 1 down, Revere still at first. Here's Kadire. Reached on an error to Jason Donald his first time up.
Now's, I think, where you're going to see Ben Revere hopefully get a good jump right here with Kadire up. An RBI guy. He'd like to get in the scoring position.
Not on the first pitch, and Kadire bounces it foul. Twins haven't hit too many balls hard. Revere's single was a sharp one up the middle. Hughes with a leadoff single in the 2nd hit the ball hard. Parmalee on deck, lined out to the shortstop. It's tough to center up the ball when it sinks as much as it does out of Masterson's hand. And Kadire out in front of the breaking pitch, and it's 0-2. That's where Parmalee was in his first inning at bat, and he kept battling, ended up getting a 3-2 pitch and smoked it hard to the shortstop. Flips it foul right over the head of Parmalee. Michael, the designated hitter. Twins, if Parmalee is going to play, they want him to play at first base. And so Kadire getting a chance to fill the DH spot with Kubel unable to play there. Morneau, Bauer. Another 0-2 pitch. Fastball down and away, and another strikeout for out number 2.
Good location of that fastball.
This November 6th, Major League umpires will teach at the MLB Umpire Camp in Compton, California. The camp helps umpires at all levels of play and serves as a prep course for those wanting a major or minor league umpiring career. Find out more at www.mlbumpirecamps.com. Wasn't aware that they did that. Individual umpires I know have had camps over the years. Revere goes, and Parmalee sends it high and deep to center. Carrera going back, and he makes the catch right at the base of the wall. Parmalee gave it a long ride to center field and comes up just a little bit short. Tomey's been asked throughout the weekend here, of course, whether he wants to play and whether he wants to play one more year. And he's said he'll consider all his options. And he says, first of all, you got to have a team that'll be interested. And I suspect there would be. Thome, Duncan, and Chisenhall, middle of the Cleveland lineup, facing Pavano in the fourth. Line foul.
On his first at bat, Pavano threw him a lot of off-speed pitches. So right there, challenged him with a fastball. Thome a little late on that fastball.
Two strikes. The eighth man to hit his 600th home run. He's up to 603 and would probably have to play next year to climb past Sammy Sosa. I don't know how important that is to Jim. I'm sure he has more important pursuits than that. Spending time with his family.
Well, his first thing, if he does want to continue his career, he wants to hopefully be on a world championship type club. That's what he's really missing in his career, is that ring.
1-2. Ron Gardenhire saying again today that, boy, he'd love to find a spot for Thome, and he figures if people are healthy with the Twins, they can be that contending team, and they can use Thome sparingly as they would need to, or any team would need to. A pinch hitter, an occasional designated hitter. And Thome wants a different bat. To do that, he has to have cracked the old one. So he must have found a crack, I guess, claiming that the bat itself was wet. So for safety reasons, he wanted to go to a drier bat. 2-2 to the leadoff man here in the fourth. Changeup or a breaking pitch. It got him looking for the second time.
And Jim Thome knew it. The fifth strikeout for Carl Pavano. So the breaking ball clipping the outer half of the plate, and watch Thome's reaction. He knew it. So 5 strikeouts for Pavano. He had a season high 7 strikeouts back in April against the Rays.
4 of them looking here today. Here's Shelley Duncan, bouncer to third. Hughes charges, fires on the run. 2 down. Good little play by Luke Hughes. Visit the official online shop of the Twins at twinsbaseball.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the twinsbaseball.com shop.
Boy, you love those one-pitch outs, and that's what Pavano was able to do right there against Duncan. 48 pitches for Pavano with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. That's how he's able to go deep into ball games. Some quick outs.
Here's Chisenhall, and there's strike 1. Chisenhall with a single back in the 2nd inning. Strike 2.
.50 pitches, 35 strikes for Pavano. No walks, 5 strikeouts.
Busted bat. Hughes chasing it. And Pavano goes through the middle of the Cleveland lineup in quick order. 1, 2, 3. Grand Casino. The best stories start here. And by AT&T. You can get involved in our broadcast today. Vote for the Arby's Value Player of the Game. Text the word value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234. 234. Got a call here. Luke Hughes is going to bunt for a hit. He singled and scored in the second inning. And it seems like once a week he tries to bunt for a hit. More often than not successfully. And Chisenhall's playing back at third. So here comes a bunt single. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? Huh? See, in my Kreskin-like mind, I was envisioning a ball rolling slowly up the third base line in the grass. And even though that was a full swing, I think that's a heck of a call.
Yes, it is. Swinging bunt single. Well, with that sinker, that's what creates a lot of these balls right here that are hit just like that. Luke Hughes hustling down the line. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. Let's see if he can score again.
Dinkelman singled to right to advance Hughes to third. Outside, ball one. In replay, it looked like Hughes swinging bunt single. The contact he made with the bat, and then the ball landed behind the plate and spun forward. That's an interesting rule for there's another base hit to right. Hughes will round second and this time hold up. He's got 5 hits the last 2 games, and they've all gone essentially through the same hole.
Well, the quick bat right there of Dinkelman. 3 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. Jumped on a pitch and then pulling that ball between first and second into right field.
So a threat for the Twins here in the fourth. Benson drove in the only run of the game with a ground ball. See what he can do here with 2 men aboard, nobody out.
Indians defense not looking bunt at all.
And Benson bunted it, and it looked like it hit his fingers.
Yeah, a guy that I'm sure at Double-A hasn't been asked to bunt too often in his minor league career. Kind of started running at that ball and may have caught his finger.
Yeah, Masterson with that running fastball with a lot of movement.
That's the right hand right here, where you put that hand on the barrel of the bat. And you can see it hitting the right hand and the bat.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. Right in the index finger, it looked like.
Dave Krumer out to take a look at Benson along with Ron Gardenhire, the manager. Some smiles right there, so that's a good thing.
It might be bruised, it might be broken, but it's still attached. I'm not coming out of the ball game.
I'm surprised that Chisenhall is playing back the way he is now. He's starting to move in a little bit. Santana in the previous pitch was playing behind Dinkelman at first. Now he's come in on the grass.
Go ahead, swing away and hit it over the fence. They'll get the force at second, and that's all they'll get. Benson will reach on a fielder's choice. So he cracked his bat and bounces into a fielder's choice, first and third, 1 out. Hughes advancing to third, and now Jason Repko. Twins haven't been able to produce much in the way of runs, and the situation here with Repko, oh, it's only the 4th inning, but you wonder whether the thought of a squeeze play might not be in Ron Gardenhire's thought process here. Repko swings away, 1 strike. And Masterson lives on getting ground balls, and a ground ball double play takes care of the inning. We'll see if the Twins try to put a play on here.
Well, he's averaged just over 6 strikeouts per 9 innings, too. He's already had 3.
Benson a candidate maybe to steal. 2 strikes. In the first inning, the Twins sent Michael Kadire with 2 strikes on Parmalee. Parmalee took a pitch, and Kadire stole a base. Repko trying to get one to the outfield here to increase the Twins' lead. Benson goes. And the ball goes into center field. The run will score. Benson gets a steal at second, and he'll go to third on the throw that skips into the outfield.
Well, that's a play that the shortstop Donald has to make sure he knocks that ball down. It got by him. It short hopped him, but that allows Luke Hughes to score this for the second time in the game. So it'll be a stolen base and an error on Marson. But this is a ball that second baseman right there. He's got to make sure that he knocks that ball down. Kipnis got to go get that ball. The ball hopping over his glove into center field.
Well, they'll give Benson a stolen base and an error charged. Generally, they give it to the catcher, but you're right. Kipnis has got to knock that ball down. The error is charged to Marson.
Yeah, once he saw that ball wasn't going to reach him all the way, he's got to go get that ball.
Backhanded by the third baseman. Chisenhall comes home. Benson skids to a stop and is tagged out. So a good play by Chisenhall. Benson out at the plate. And Repko reaches on a fielder's choice.
Well, the contact play is on right there, and Chisenhall, quick throw over to Marson and tagged out for the second out of the inning.
And one of those situations, too, where the Twins maybe don't put the contact play on of Joe Mauer's the next batter, but Drew Butera hitting ninth, hitting 150. You try to score the run in the present at bat. Butera taps it foul, 1 strike. Butera hit a grounder to short his first time up. One and one. Well, the Twins have scratched across a couple of runs against Masterson, which has been a tough and tall order for the Twins this year. Two and one. Repko's got good speed at first. Benson checking with Rick Anderson and Ron Gardenhire. Looks like his finger is okay. 3-1 with Ben Revere on deck. Repko goes, and the pitch popped up in foul ground. Chisenhall with room to make the catch in the inning end. Again, the fourth inning starts with a pair of singles, and the Twins turn it into a run.
really well. He's kind of one of these things you hope all these young pitchers are paying attention to him because he sits out on a bench. He talks about the hitters rather than just sitting on the bench and watching the game. He's really paying attention to the hitters and how they're standing there and if they make adjustments with their feet, the whole package, and you're hoping that he's standing there and the little younger pitchers are listening to this because he's prepared to pitch to this team because he's been watching the last 2 days.
Yeah, that's what a veteran pitcher like Carl Pavano can do. He's the leader of the staff, the ace. He's the guy that the younger kids look up to, and you should. This guy's been around the block. He's made a lot of major league starts. He knows what it takes to win at this level.
He'll face the bottom third of the Cleveland lineup here in the 5th inning. Jason Donald, Ezekiel Carrera, and Lou Marson. First pitch ripped to center, and Revere has to go back. A well-hit ball, but a first pitch out nonetheless. Window Concepts window of opportunity, and Pavano has been an Iron Man since coming over to the Twins.
Well, since Ron Gardenhire's been manager, he's had 4 pitchers to pitch, 200 or more innings. Johan Santana did it 4 times, Radke 3 times, Pavano this year his 2nd time, and Carlos Silva a couple times.
And he finished just a fraction of an inning below the 200 level when the Indians traded him to the Twins. And then, of course, he pitched in the postseason, so he really went over 200. So, I mean, again, we've talked about this. The young guys, Baker, Blackburn, Liriano, Dunsing, and the one guy who's going to eclipse the 200 inning pitch level is the guy whose career has been defined by injuries.
He's a pitcher. You know, you can't do anything about the 4 years he spent in New York with the elbow injury, the shoulder injuries, and other injuries. But this guy knows how to pitch. He went into New York after having 2 very good years with the Florida Marlins. And then the injuries hit, but he's worked his way back. And he came back with the Indians before he got traded here.
And I think I used the wrong word. I didn't mean defined, maybe confined by injuries. Who knows how great a pitcher Carl Pavano would have been had he been physically able to do what he's done while he was in New York. 2 hopper to the right side. Easy play for Dinkelman, 2 down.
Hey, I'd like to introduce Joe Nelson. Joe Nelson, a young man that went swimming with his buddy Austin in Lake Superior, and your buddy hit his head. Austin hit his head, and you saved his life. Brought him to shore, and somebody gave him CPR, and Austin is now about ready to play some hockey. But Joe, along with your grandmother Kathy, welcome up to the booth, and you're a hero, young man. Great job. There he is, right there.
This Hound hockey, that's Duluth East, right? Yeah. The Greyhounds. 2-0 to the number 9 batter, Lou Marson. Singled his first time up. Bounced to third. Gathered in by Hughes. Parmalee has to come back to the bag, but he does, and Pavano has a perfect second trip through the batting order for the Cleveland Indians.
Winner's Circle, 100 scratch-off tickets. When you get a baby here at his first Twins game, Jaden is rocking it at 6 months old. Joe and Renee are with us. They're the happy parents of this youngster. Now, before she got married, she was a rock star hockey player. Renee Curtin, you were a all-state player in Minnesota. What is tougher, scoring a hat trick or taking care of a youngster?
I would have to say scoring a hat trick is much tougher.
You know what? This guy looks like just a beauty. Looks like he's having a great time. He kind of looks like Bert. Hope he doesn't get me like Bert got me earlier, guys. But lottery circles.
Kid.
Is he circled for the first time?
Yes, he is for the first time.
All right, thanks, guys.
Now, you don't publicly wear your pacifier. No, the young man had a pacifier there. Some precipitation here today. I was going to say a light mist, but maybe that assessment would be better made by the people sitting in it instead of us. We're protected. We're warm and dry. Ben Revere takes a strike, leading off the fifth. Twins leading by a couple of runs for win number 60 on the season. Chopper to first. Santana will go to the bag, one down. AT&T trivia. Under Ron Gardenhire, which Twins pitcher has thrown the most innings in a season?
Well, we showed you the 4 pitchers that threw 200+ innings.
It's got to be one of those guys, right?
Yes.
Ball one.
So all we got to do is name all 4 of those 4. So if we name Santana, Ratke, Pavano, and Silva, that's all we need is one name.
Of the 4, I gotta believe it's the guy who won 2 Cy Young awards and probably should have won a 3rd. 2-0 to Trevor Plouffe. He struck out twice against Masterson. 3-0. Oh boy, high drama at Fenway Park. The Rays are leading the Red Sox 5-2, threatening to do more damage in the 5th inning, threatening to get within 2 games of the wild card spot.
Boston really struggling as of late. You know, they're letting the Rays back in. The Rays playing very good baseball. The Red Sox 2-8 coming into today's play over the last 10 ball games, where the Rays are 7-3. There's the wild card race right there.
Yeah, the Rays, the balance of their schedule is going to be played against the Yankees, and the Red Sox most of the rest of the way are taking on the Orioles. But you know, we've seen it happen so many times. Final week of the season, it really doesn't matter who you're playing, it's how you're playing.
Yeah, a couple of days ago it was the Detroit Tigers getting into postseason. Yesterday it was the Philadelphia Phillies getting into postseason with their victory.
Kadire takes ball one after Masterson misfired 4 times to Plouffe. 2-0. Marson will go to the mound.
Yeah, first walk by Masterson, a quick trip to the mound by Lou Marson.
Kadire with some chalk, I would guess, that stuck to his helmet. There's a fastball and a strike. It's got to be what that is, huh? With the mist sticking to the helmet.
Almost looks like baby powder. Or
look at the crack. He got a big crack in the back of his helmet.
Maybe some rosin.
Two and two. Squirted to the right side. Kipnis to Donald. Donald to Santana, and it's a double play.
Yeah, good turn of a double play right there by the Indians.
On to the 6th, 2-0 Twins.
Bronx tomorrow. It is going to be a comfortable day with clouds and sun. First pitch, 65 degrees, winds out of the east-southeast, 6 to 12 miles per hour.
And we have a light rain, mist falling here, have had it throughout the day. Twins fans here have seen the Twins scratch a couple of runs across Justin Masterson.
Yeah, Carl Pavano, he has been outstanding in the first 5 innings. He retired 9 straight. Pavano with only 61 pitches. Getting some quick outs. Everybody trying to stay warm and dry.
Twins announced today, or trainer Rick McWayne announced today, that Justin Morneau's done for the year. He's battling the flu, hasn't been able to do much the last few days. He's also, this is something I didn't know, Justin's going to have a little left knee surgery, a cyst removed later this week. So the middle of the Twins lineup expected to be, with the Fukudome swinging and missing, expecting to be Mauer, then Morneau.
Boy, it's been a mess this year, hasn't it?
Kubel, Young was supposed to be in there. He was traded. And one by one, they're all ending their seasons far too early. That one is a foul ball, 2 strikes. It's not surprising, but the one thing I didn't know is Justin's got a little bit of a knee problem, and he's having a cyst, described by Rick McWayne as simple surgery. Again, that's always a judgment better made by the person having the surgery. Justin's been battling the flu for the 2nd time this year. 2 strikes. Just missing the corner.
Pavano again. You see Butera sitting inside and just missing.
And a base hit to left. So Fukudome pokes a single to left, leading off the 6th inning.
Yeah, ball left up. Pavano hasn't made too many mistakes. Only the 3rd hit he's given up.
Arby's and Fox Sports North are giving you a chance to win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers, Florida. Pick up an Arby's It's Good Mood Food code card every Friday at any participating Arby's. Then log on to foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the Fan Zone tab. Enter the code for the chance to win. You've got to be a member of the Fan Zone, and you've got to be 18 years of age or older. Here's Kipnis. Reached on an error and bounced to first. And he takes strike 1.
We saw the Indians turn a double play. Let's see if the Twins can turn a double play behind Pavano. He's had 17 double plays turned behind him this year so far. Fukudome at first base, just 1 stolen base in 5 attempts since coming over from the Cubs.
Just off the corner. Close pitch, 1-1. Kipnis, a spark plug for the Indians. They traded Orlando Cabrera, former Twin, former fill in the blank. He's played for a lot of different teams, but they wanted to make room for Kipnis, and he really provided a nice spark for them until he got hurt. 1-2. Pavano hoping for a strikeout, a pop-up, or a ground ball double play, as Bert said. Fukudome goes, and the pitch popped up to center. Revere retreating, and Fukudome backpedaling toward first, 1 away. Back to our AT&T trivia question. The answer's got to be
Mr. Santana.
You take him. I'll take Radke just to back us up.
Twins pitcher pitched the most innings was Johan Santana with 233 2/3 innings back in 2006.
That was the year the Twins were in the playoffs, but they caught and passed the Tigers on the last day to win the division championship, and we all were excited. It was an exciting moment. Santana with 1 in the dirt. Fukudome took off, stopped, and now had to retreat back to first. So we'll see how important that play or non-play is as Pavano tries to get out of this inning.
Watch Fukudome right here. Looks like he slipped, thought about it, and then kind of slipped and then went back. So maybe the wet turf right there, maybe deciding to stay at first base.
And boy, Mike Everett's been very generous with that inside corner.
Oh, he's an umpire that sits right over the right shoulder of that catcher, Butera. It seems like he's given a couple inches, if not more, on the inner half of the plate.
Just one quick reflection on the 2006 season. That was the year the Twins passed the Tigers, were crowned division champions, and the bottom line is it meant the Twins had the home field advantage against Oakland instead of having to open in New York. So a good part of the celebration was centered around the fact that the Twins felt they had a better chance of getting through the first round hosting the A's rather than starting in New York, and the A's ended up sweeping the Twins anyway. 1-1. A little bit low. 2-1. Fukudome goes, and another one popped up. Hughes chasing it on the warning track and can't quite reach over the tarp far enough.
Says that tarp's wet.
So now 2-2. Santana swung through a changeup for a strikeout in the first inning. See what Pavano gives him here, with Fukudome having taken off on the last pitch.
Santana's hit into 12 double plays.
Runner goes. Ball 3. Butera's throw. A perfect throw, but Fukudome just got in feet first with a stolen base.
Yeah, second stolen base off of Pavano. I'm not going to say it's off Butera. That was a perfect throw. And Fukudome stealing his second base of the year in 6 attempts. Nice little short hop, perfect throw, but Fukudome getting that foot first right on the bag before the tag could be applied.
So now a full count to Santana. Change-up, tap, foul. Santana bounced a change-up to second baseman Dinkelman in the third, and I said at the time Santana's probably seen enough of those change-ups, and he's getting more of them here in the 6th inning.
You can go change up again here, or try to bust them hard in with that fastball, but you have to make sure it's inside. You said Mike Everett behind the plate. He's been given that pitch.
Fly ball deep down the right field line, chased by Repko in the corner. He makes the catch. Tagging and advancing is Fukudome, 2 away.
So they tried to go back in with the fastball. Ball left out over the plate a little bit, and Santana just got underneath it.
So now Jim Thome, who has been called out on strikes twice. When Thome hit his 9th inning home run on Friday, and again it turned out to be the deciding run of the game, after the home run, Twins fans cheered Thome on his way to the dugout. Swinging a foul. And afterwards, Manny Acta said only to someone like Jim Thome would something like that happen, to be on an opposing team, you hit a home run and fans would cheer him. And I wondered to myself when I read the quote, well, maybe only in Minnesota would that happen too. Fans appreciated Jim so much that in a year and a half they considered him one of their own.
Well, he hit his 600th home run here. You know, he's just a class individual on and off the field.
2 strikes. Pavano has again struck out Thome twice, looking so far this afternoon. Up high. Two and two.
most pitches Pavano's needed so far in one inning. This inning right here, this will be pitch number 20.
Hopefully it'll be his last one. Got him looking for the third time. And Pavano, exploiting a generous inside corner, gets a big strikeout here in the sixth. Instead, because of the rain out back in early April, the Twins have to go back to New York to play one game. They'll face A.J. Burnett. Scott Diamond will go for the Twins.
Yeah, A.J. Burnett, he's been roughed up a couple times by the Twins this season. He's a guy that the Yankees are looking to find. He's got to find that groove because A.J. Burnett could be a big part of that rotation for the Yankees as they go into postseason.
Phil Hughes was listed as the starter, but he's been pushed back. It doesn't look as if Mariano Rivera is going to have a chance to break the saves record today. The Yankees are behind the Blue Jays 3-0 in the ninth. Here is Parmelee lifting one foul and out of play.
Parmelee's had two very good at-bats against Masterson. Donald robbing him of a base hit, maybe an RBI in the first inning. And then he took Masterson deep to center field in the third. Correa caught it right against that 403 sign.
You know, one thing that we've seen, and again, it's a very small number of at-bats, but he seems to, on a regular basis, be able to get the barrel of the bat on the ball. You know, we haven't seen him get jammed much. This one chipped down the left field line. And we'll get another swing. Well, one thing we've seen with some of these young players, they've had a lot of busted bat at bats. Been jammed a lot, hitting it off the end, but we haven't seen Parmelee do that much.
I referred him again yesterday to Wally Joyner. And Wally Joyner, when he first came up, very quick hands, always seemed to get the barrel of the bat on the ball.
1-2. He hooks it foul, but again, he gets the fat part of the bat on.
Nice souvenir.
Bouncer short. Donald boots it. Parmelee will reach. Been a tough ball game for Jason Donald. He committed a first inning error on a throw, and now The ball missed his glove completely and hit him in the kneecap.
Yeah, third error by the Indians here this afternoon. He took his eye off that ball as it kind of came up on him.
Here's Luke Hughes, who singled twice and scored twice. Indians have made 3 errors. Twins have 5 hits. They've all been singles.
Yeah, this is nothing new to Masterson, you know, down 2-0. He has pitched so many games like this for the Indians this year. In 21 of his 31 starts, he's given up. Nice play right there by Chisenhall.
And then the throw goes into the photog section, and Hughes will go to second base on the 4th Cleveland error. Parmalee was converging on Kipnis in the second base bag, but he airmailed the throw into the camera well.
Yeah, nice place by Chisenhall, having to go down the line and then get it over to the second baseman, and then he just airmails it. Kipnis right here should not throw this ball. Just get the force out. Trying to do a little bit too much right there. And the ball going into the camera well. Kipnis with an error, his 4th of the year.
Second Cleveland error of the inning. We'll see if the Twins can take advantage. Dinkelman continues to get base hits through the right side. Now there's nobody on first base, so Santana, the first baseman, playing well off the line, trying to close up that hole where Dinkelman's been getting all his hits. Strike 1-1. He's had 5 hits in the last 2 games, and they've all gone to right field through the infield. Pulls it behind Jerry White, 1-2. Here are the 2 hits today after 3 singles yesterday.
Well, after Luke Hughes got a base hit up the middle, there was Dinkelman with a base hit, and then in the 4th inning another base hit to right field.
One and 2 to Brian Dinkelman. That's to the backstop. It's been an ugly inning for the Indians here. A couple of infield errors and now a wild pitch charge to Masterson.
That ball's got to be caught right there. They may call it a wild pitch, but yeah, they give him a pass ball.
Okay, all right. Infield in now for Dinkelman. See if he can push another one through the hole. Hooks it foul. So all we've had here this inning, 2 ground balls put in play. One booted by the shortstop, a throwing error, a pass ball, and the Twins have a runner at third with 1 out. Dinkelman keeps his at bat alive. Frank Herman warming up. Dinkelman fouling another one away. Trying to get a pitch up that he can loft to the outfield here. Two and 2.
8th pitch of this at bat.
Another base hit to right. Great at bat for Dinkelman. And Hughes comes in to make it a 3-0 ball game. 3 hits to right yesterday and 3 more today.
An RBI single with this base hit to right field, his 3rd RBI of the year. And the Twins take a 3-0 lead. So a gift run given to the Twins. And Dinkelman, that sinking fastball kind of flattened out, and Dinkelman lining it into right field.
Jim Belcher coming to the mound.
Luke Hughes scoring for the 3rd time in the ballgame.
Benson will hit. Single run for the Twins in the 2nd, 4th, now 1 so far here in the 6th. And this run will be an unearned run. I think the 2nd run as well may be an unearned run.
Yes.
So here's Benson. Drove in a run with a ground ball. Takes inside ball 1. Benson had a more interesting at bat in the 4th inning. Squared around a bunt. Pitch hit him in the finger. He stayed in the ball game, reached on a fielder's choice, stole 2nd, went to 3rd on a throwing error. Now to center and a base hit. Dinkelman will round 2nd and hold up there. So Benson follows with a base hit. Which might not be done here in the 6th. You can log on to FoxSportsNorth.com for coverage of the Vikings-Buccaneers matchup. Check it out now at FoxSportsNorth.com. Vikings had a 17-0 lead, but it's not going so good right now. You can check it out at FoxSportsNorth.com. Jason Repko, the hitter. Oh, Repko hit in the helmet. Jason Repko hit in the back of the helmet, it appeared.
That ball looked like it slipped out of the hands of Masterson up and in. Trainer there to help Jason Repko up.
A little wobbly as he was getting to his feet. And even with all the call-ups, the Twins bench so incredibly thin, they've got to do the prudent thing here and get Repko out of the ball game. Masterson with a look of concern. It looked like he turned his head to get hit on the back of the helmet rather than anything on the side or the front. And he'll be examined in the clubhouse.
Well, nobody feels worse than that man right there, Masterson. You don't want to hit anybody in the head, and that was just a mistake right there. It'll be Matt Tolbert pinch running for Repko at first base.
So Drew Butera will hit with the bases loaded and still only 1 out. And all in all, it's just been an ugly inning here. Made uglier with the fact that Repko got beamed. Butera is 0 for 2 with a bouncer to short and a foul out to the 3rd baseman. A strike. Tap foul. 1-1. Excuse me, 0-2. Masterson approaching 100 pitches thrown.
Well, so far so good for Butera this year with the bases loaded.
2 strikes. And a double play. And the ugly inning comes to an end. Twins add 1 more and now lead at 3-0.
Innings. He'd been clocked as high as 89, and Justin Masterson, after 100 pitches and 3 runs, only 1 earned run through the Twins, have been clocked as high as 95.
Tolbert staying in the game at second base, and that pushes Brian Dinkelman out to the outfield. If we get word on Jason Repko, of course, we'll pass it along to you. But the possibility exists that the Twins are going to be faced with another concussion test. Typically, I think now that's common procedure when someone's hit in the head, that they have to go through the baseline testing for a concussion. We certainly hope, if that's the case, that Jason Repko passes that test.
Well, Pavano given a 3-0 lead. The key so far this afternoon, getting ahead in the count. 17 of 22 batters been able to get strike 1. Anderson talking to Anthony Swarzak about that downward plane that Pavano's done a good job of here this afternoon. Stay on top of that baseball. Keep it down in the strike zone.
1 strike to Shelley Duncan. Will be followed by Lonnie Chisenhall and Jason Donald. Change up, tap, foul, 2 strikes. Fox Tracks is brought to you by Carrier. Pavano pitched around a leadoff single in the 6th. And has been his usual brilliant self against the Indians. Now, at the time the Twins acquired Pavano 2 years ago, late in the season, and as well as he pitched for the Twins, a veteran. We talked at the time about how it was kind of similar to what the Tigers did in '87 when they picked up Doyle Alexander, and he pitched so well for the Tigers down the stretch, and then again the next year. But the Tigers had to give up a pretty notable pitcher to get Doyle Alexander in '87. The Twins gave up somebody, a pitcher named Johan Pino, who's never worked out for the Indians. But to get Doyle Alexander, the Tigers had to give up John Smoltz, who was a Class A pitcher at the time. One and 2 to Duncan. Pulled foul.
Well, you make those type of trades, you never know what the other club's going, what you're going to give up. John Smoltz, like you said, Class A type pitcher. Probably a future Hall of Famer, John Smoltz.
Use a cliche, it's a roll of the dice, and that's really what it is. You just take a chance. High fly to deep left field. My goodness. If it comes down, it does into the upper deck. A long home run. It's 3-1.
Shelley Duncan hitting his 10th home run of the year, and the shutout is lost by Pavano. First extra base hit for the Indians. Duncan showing off his power. That almost looked like Parmale's first major league home run yesterday. That high fly ball goes into the second deck here at Target Field.
3-1 ball game, and now here's Chisenhall. Ball one.
Butera is going to run the ball out to Pavano.
The Blue Jays beat the Yankees 3-0. Two and 0. It's hit well to the left field corner. Chased by Benson, and he runs into the wall.
Ouch.
It's padded.
Yes, it's padded, but you're coming at it as quick as you can, and you don't anticipate that wall. Benson did not know exactly where he was. He's going after that ball. Looks like he's all right. Look at that full stride. Banging up his knees.
Bouncer right side. Parmale bobbles it, and he'll be charged with an error. And then he throws it. Pavano wasn't looking, and thankfully the ball hit the runner. So Parmale has a hard time with the ground ball. And Chisenhall will reach.
Yeah, there's a ball right there that Parmale should probably wait right here. Stop until try to get that good hop and then flip it over to Pavano. And then he throws the ball and actually hits the runner, Chisenhall. So an error will be charged to Parmale, his second error of the year.
Second Twins error. Pavano was charged with one back in the first inning. Here's Jason Donald. Hook to right in the air for Dinkelman. And the first out. Twins and Mariners begin a 3-game set Tuesday night. It's a Sports Authority value pack game. Purchase a ticket on the U.S. Bank Home Run Porch. Get a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. Tickets are available. So call 833-TWINS. Visit twinsbaseball.com. One down, here's Carrera. One and 0. Anthony's a strike. The Twins have taken advantage of the Cleveland errors to score a couple of unearned runs. Pavano trying to battle his tail off here to make sure that this second Twins error doesn't cost him and his club a run. Chopped foul, 1-2.
Action in the Twins bullpen. Alex Burnett, Jose Majares.
Barehanded by Pavano, and he starts a 1-6-3. No! Safe at first. Pavano barehanded the ball and nearly started an inning-ending double play.
He's got some big old bear paws, I'll tell you that. Well, you can't turn it any quicker. Carrera hustling down that line. Watch Pavano right here. Barehands it, turns quickly, gets it over to Plouffe. And a bang-bang play at first. Pavano wanted that double play. Carrera, he just beat it out.
So 2 down, a runner at first, and here's Lou Marson. on the outside corner, a strike.
You know what you like to see? I like to see that fire right there by Pavano. You know, he's had almost 300 major league starts. You see the aggressiveness and the determination he has right there by his reaction of not getting that double play.
That's hit to right center. It's going to be down for a hit. Herrera around second, going to third. And so now the Indians have the tying run on with 2 out, and Fukudome coming to the plate.
Yeah, last couple innings, Pavano's needed more pitches almost than he needed in the first 3 or 4 innings. But right now he's leaving some balls up. Rick Anderson's going to come out and talk to his big right-hander.
Indians with just 5 hits, and of course Pavano's been leading the major leagues in hits allowed. Have an update on Jason Repko. Let's go to Kevin Gord.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Jason Repko has now left Target Field. They're going to head over to Hennepin County Medical for further evaluation after being hit in the head with that pitch. So if we hear anything else, we'll let you know as the game progresses.
All right, thank you very much. The Repko situation might impact the Twins' travel plans. Again, they're leaving right after the game for New York. They weren't going to take all the players who were available, but unlikely to play. And I'm guessing Repko was on the list, but almost certainly he won't be making that trip. So adjustments might have to be made there. Here's Fukudome with 2 on and 2 out.
Yeah, I think that trip by Anderson was twofold. Right there to just get, I think Pavano focused back, maybe because he saw how angry Pavano was and not getting the double play turn behind him.
1-0 to Fukudome, 1 for 3 against Pavano today.
Yeah, Pavano is throwing Fukudome a lot of off-speed pitches. He tried a fastball in his last at bat he went fastball away, and Fukudome lined it into left field.
Called strike on that inside corner. And Fukudome, who was called out on a pitch inside in the first inning, backed away from that one.
There's a changeup right there. Tara sitting inside. The pitch missing inside.
2-1.
100 pitches for Pavano right now. 68 have been strikes. No walks, 6 strikeouts.
Hit a long way to right field.
No foul.
But it goes foul. Fukudome was ready for that inside pitch, and he nearly cranked one out of here. It's a long strike, right?
That's just a long strike. Strike 2.
And with a souvenir. 2-2 to Kosuke Fukudome. Butera that time set up inside, knowing full well that Pavano was going to throw over to first. See if he sets up inside as the pitch actually is delivered. Runner goes, and the pitch lifted foul and out of play. Catchers would do that, won't they? Move around back there in case the hitter peeks or senses where they're setting up.
Yeah, a lot of times hitters will look back and see where he's setting up with the runner, when the throw's over to first.
The runner Marson was taking off on the 2-2 pitch. Here comes another one. 3-2 with Marson staying put. But I'm guessing he's going to be going here.
Good call.
Jason Kipnis on deck. So many times we've seen Pavano
kind of pull the string.
Yeah,
right,
I was just going to say that. He's featured the changeup in spots like this.
And he just missed inside with the fastball.
And Fukudome fills the bases. He tried to clip that inside corner. And Ron Gardner is going to come out and make a pitching change.
Well, he tried to go back in again and get that called strike, and not missing by much. This time Mike Everett, the home plate umpire, didn't give it to him. First walk by Pavano.
So the Indians are on the board. They're threatening further damage in the 7th. Come up with another good one today.
Yeah, he really has. He started off the ball game by picking up some strikeouts early, working the corners. And Pavano 6 2/3 innings. And they look at the barehanded play, the play that earlier this inning, he wanted that double play, but Carrera beat it out. And Pavano now relying on the bullpen to pick up hopefully his 9th win of the year. Good effort by Pavano. And it'll be Jose Majares out of the bullpen. He worked here a couple nights ago against the Indians. Had one shutout inning and 12 pitches thrown.
His opponent batting average 272, the same, exactly the same. Righty, lefty, it doesn't matter. But he's been able to avoid walks against left-handed batters. Breaking ball and a swing and a miss.
He faced Kipnis here on Friday night. Kipnis hit a fly ball to center field off of Majares.
Take that again, wouldn't he?
Yes, we would.
1 strike to Jason Kipnis. And time called. All right, now Butera. Could he be?
Well, he wants to make sure that they're on the same page as far as what's signed with a runner at second.
I was just going to say whether he thinks the runner at second might be tipping location.
No, not as much as maybe putting down signs in a way Majares maybe didn't answer him. Just
okay,
make sure we're on the same page. Again, with a runner at second and really any runner at base right here, the Twins, they use more than one sign.
1 strike to Kipnis. In the dirt, 1-1.
Two straight sliders so far by Majares. Fastball high, misses.
2-1. His walk rate to lefties less than a half of what it is to righties. Most of his control issues have come against right-handed batters. 2-1. The Cleveland second baseman. 3-1. Switch hitter Carlos Santana on deck. Swing and a foul, and it's a full count. The merry-go-round will start.
Kipnis may have swung at ball 4 right there. And Butera is going to go out and make sure what they want to throw right here. Got to be confident in the pitch, and that's what Butera went out and said, hey, do you want to go to that slider 3-2? Do you want to go with a fastball? What do you want to do? The catcher can only suggest.
Base is full. The count is full. 2 away. Inside, and again, Kipnis might have swung at a pitch in off the plate, but the way the strike zone's been called here today, you're up there, you really can't take a chance. Seventh pitch of this critical at bat. Another foul. A fastball. Kipnis flicks it foul.
Well, you have to throw a strike. You hope that Kipnis, if he makes contact and hits it at somebody. Perkins getting up.
Burnett warmed up. Throw him a slider in the dirt and walks in a run. It's 3-2. That'll be the end of Maharis's day. Now the choice with the switch hitter Santana due up next. Do you want to bring in a fresh left-hander, or you bring in Burnett? And it's going to be Burnett, who's done such a good job with inherited runners, and he's going to inherit 3 of them here in the 7th inning. It's a 3-2 game.
She went with 2 fastballs that Kipnis fouled off. Finally went to the slider, and it kind of looked like he tried to guide that slider over rather than throwing it hard, and he missed down and away. So a run comes in a 3-2 ball game, and for the 2nd straight game, Alex Burnett comes into a situation with bases loaded and 2 outs. In last night's ball game, even though the Twins lost 10-4, Burnett came in and faced, after Matt Capps loaded the bases, was able to strike out Trevor Throw to end the top of the 9th inning. We mentioned before, all inherited runners for Alex Burnett. Only 7 of 55 have scored, making his 64th relief appearance.
And the first batter he faces, hitting just over 200. In this case, Santana, who is a left-handed batter, is hitting just over 200 on the season. He has hit 2 home runs in this series and has shown more power all year long from the left side of the plate. Tying run at third, 2 away, ball 1. Two and 0.
Fastball away, then this with the slider. And he's put himself into that fastball situation where Santana may jump all over it.
Jumped all over one of Swarzak's fastballs yesterday and hit a home run. 2-0. And a called strike with Santana buckling his knees. 2-1. On the outside corner, and it evens the count. Santana backs out of the box with Mike Everett calling the inside corner, then the outside corner.
Pavano can only watch.
2-2 to Carlos Santana. Check swing, the count is full.
Tried to go back inside again, just missing inside. A little on the high side. Wow. Good pitch.
Similar to the pitch that Pavano didn't get called in the Fukudome plate appearance. Tomey on deck. Full count to Santana. Tapper foul. Inning started with a Shelley Duncan home run. Remember how close the Twins were to getting out of the inning on that double play ball, or what we thought was a double play ball. Guerrero was called safe. Since then, a single, a walk, and a walk.
Well, the air, too, earlier.
Fouled back. Things have gotten a little dicey here. There's a 3-run lead at the start of the inning. Santana strikes out a lot. He also walks a lot. Already has 124 strikeouts, and he's also walked 91 times. So Burnett's got to throw a strike here. Three and two. Walked him. And the game is tied. And Pavano won't get his win today, and the Twins' 3-0 lead has evaporated. 3 straight walks here in the 7th inning with 2 out.
Yeah, Jose Majaras, 3-2 walk, and here Alex Burnett, a 3-2 walk. That's how hard it is to win at this level.
Jim Thome will hit against Glenn Perkins with the bases loaded in a tie game. Loaded walks. Jim Thome today has been struck out 3 times looking by Carl Pavano.
Yeah, Pavano got him 3 times, fastball, a couple times inside, and then the breaking ball away. 3 straight walks, no way you can defend walks.
And
game is tied at 3 apiece.
Thome coming to the plate. He's 1 for 8 in his matchups with Glenn Perkins. 6 strikeouts in 8 at-bats against Perkins, but there have been 3 walks mixed in.
Yeah, Perkins working in yesterday's ball game. 17 pitches in 1 shutout inning.
Thome, the 9th man to bat here in the 7th inning. My goodness, the bat flying everywhere, and Thome's going to get an infield hit, and the Indians take the lead. Everything went in different directions. Parts of the bat went in 2 different directions. The ball rolled slowly. And with the shift on and the infielders playing deeply, Thome gives the Indians the lead with an infield hit.
How many times do you write down an infield base hit? Perkins, who falls off toward third base, he couldn't get to it. And with the infield playing back, Trevor Plouffe coming in and no chance to get Thome, no chance to get anybody. And the Indians take a 1-run lead.
And Thome comes out of the game. Perkins with a comment for Jim as he runs by. And so now Shelley Duncan, who started the inning with a home run, and the 4 runs charged to Pavano, but only one of them an earned run. Ball 1. So we beat the Twins with a home run on Friday, and now he's given the Indians the lead with an infield hit.
And somewhere Justin Masterson saying, hey, I got a chance for a win the first time ever against the Twins.
And now 2-0. You get to critical spots and you got to throw it over the plate, as you say. There's no defense for the walk. And Pavano walked the last man he faced. Maharis walked the only man he faced. Burnett walked the only man he faced. And now it's 3-0 to Duncan. Inning started with the Twins up 3-0. That seems it might have been 45 minutes ago. Three and 1.
Well, you know what everybody in the ballpark's looking for right here. Duncan's looking for a fastball. Perkins has to get it over. Can he pop it up?
Driven to left over the head of Benson. It'll score 2. And Duncan spins his wheels, rounding first, still gains second on a 2-run double. So he was waiting for the fastball. He got it and dreamed it.
A line drive double over the head of Benson. So Duncan picking up his 3rd RBI of the inning. The home run started the inning, and then a 2-run double here. Line drive. Benson getting it back in, but with 2 outs, runners are taking off. This game opened up now with another 6-run inning. Remember the innings, Indians yesterday had a 6-run second inning. That coming off Anthony Swarzak.
Biggest hit of the inning might have been the 100-foot infield single that Jim Thome hit. It's at the longest home run here, 490 feet. And his busted bat single here in the 7th might have traveled 100 feet. 1 strike to Chisenhall. Tolbert ends the inning, but not until the Indians score 6. They started the inning down by 3. They end the half inning up by 3. Time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica.
McDonald's. Try a strawberry banana or wild berry real fruit smoothie today. And by CenturyLink. Quest is now CenturyLink. Visit CenturyLink.com to learn more.
So far, the seventh inning hasn't been very good for the Twins. Take a look at the Grand Casino story of the game.
Well, Brian Dinkelman in the sixth inning made it a 3-0 ball game with his third hit of the ball game. But in the seventh inning, another ugly inning for the Twins. Shelley Duncan led off the inning with a home run, his 10th of the year. That made it a 3-1 ball game. Then later in the inning, added 2 more runs. Indians with a 6-3 lead. And Justin Masterson looking for his first win against the Twins in 9 career starts. Now it's up to the bullpen. Joe Smith, the first one out of the bullpen. He pitched in yesterday's ball game, 2/3 of an inning, making his 66th relief appearance.
Smith will face Revere, Plouffe, and Kadire as the Twins find themselves behind by 3 in the 6. Or in yesterday's game, the Indians scored 6 runs in the second inning, and now they've scored 6 here in the 7th. Trevor Crowe in left field. He's out there in place of Shelley Duncan, who had a rather prominent role in the 6-run inning, driving in 3 of them. Only 1 of the runs earned, whatever consolation that might be for Carl Pavano.
Yeah, 1 run earned, but then the walks by Maharis and Perkins, those are earned runs off of to Maharis and Perkins.
Right. Well, here's Revere as the Twins, who scored single runs in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th inning, now hope to answer with at least 1 here in the 7th. Strike 1. Revere with a single and 3 trips. Right back to the mound on 2 hops. And Smith over to Santana, 1 down. Wednesday's another Rasmussen College Student Day. The Twins hosting the Mariners at 7:10. Standing room only tickets are half price for students with valid ID. Tickets are available on the day of game only. They are limited, so make your plans to come out early. And for more info about Rasmussen College Student Days, visit twinsbaseball.com.
Well, Twins are going to try to get some runs off of a very good bullpen. 3rd best in the American League as far as combined ERA. Joe Smith has done a great job out of that bullpen.
Plouffe takes ball 1. Plouffe has yet to put a ball in play. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. Twins have left at least 1 man on in every inning. And the Indians had a messy bottom of the 6th, but got out of it, allowing just 1 run. Twins left a couple of men aboard. 1-2.
Smith with that underarm delivery. Quick breaking ball right there to get ahead in the count.
Twins bullpen next year will be remade. I'll be curious if the Twins don't find someone like Joe Smith. Ron Gardenhire has always said he likes guys that have a kind of a different look out there in the bullpen. Santana can't quite reach that foul pop and almost falls over the railing. You know, the Twins had a guy like that in on the 91 team. Terry Leach didn't have overpowering stuff, but he gave teams a different look with his submarine sidearm style.
Yeah, I pitched in 79 with Kent DeColvey, you know, underarm delivery.
Right.
Had a great year as a Pirate. Great career.
2-2. And another comebacker to the mound. Easy play for Smith. 2 down. And that'll bring up Kadire. Kadire on the day. 0 for 3. Reached on an error. Bounced into an inning-ending double play in the 5th. Strike one. Another chopper. Smith with a longer throw. Nice scoop at first by Santana.
He doesn't want anybody else to play.
Smith with 3 assists. Santana with 3 putouts, and it's a quick bottom of the 7th.
Twins, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Phil DeMatre comes out of the Twins bullpen to pitch to the Indians in the 8th.
DeMatre making his 42nd relief appearance. Just a bad inning by the Twins in the 7th inning. Again, you do not want to give a club more than 3 outs, and that's exactly what happened there in the 7th inning. The leadoff home run by Duncan, and then the air, and then the floodgates opened up.
Jason Donald will lead off the 8th inning for the Indians. It'll be the bottom 3 hitters, Donald, Carrera, and Marson, facing DeMatre. And a first pitch strike. Pavano had it going through 6. He had a shutout going through 6. And then the home run in the air, the near double play that was turned, a bang-bang play, nearly got the Twins off the field with a 3-1 lead. Then the ugliness started. 1-1.
Again, you want guys out of that bullpen to come in and throw strikes, and you know, all 3 relievers did not do that. Maharis walked a batter. Alex Burnett walked a batter, and then Perkins fell behind. Excuse me, Tomey got the infield base hit, and then he fell behind on Duncan, and Duncan hit the 2-run double.
One and 2 to Jason Donald. Just missed the corner. 2-2. Well, one of the sad things about this is, I mean, the Indians have played a pretty ugly game themselves with 4 errors. Masterson was able to pitch around most of that shoddy fielding play to give up just 3 runs, 1 earned, and now a full count to Donald. But the Twins, who make mistakes and end up paying dearly for the mistakes. Witness the 7th inning. Kind of let the Indians off the hook here a little bit.
Yeah, 2 more errors by the Twins here this afternoon. 113 on the year. Only the Oakland A's have made more errors. And another thing Ron Gardenhire and his staff will work on in spring training, trying to cut that down.
And now Dumatre walks the first man he faces. And before Carrera comes up, join Fox Sports North in our support of cancer awareness. Join Marnie Gelder, Blake Kubel, Lisa Dunsing for the Light the Night walk at Target Field 1 week from today, benefiting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Join the Fox Sports North team and raise $25 for a chance to win an autographed baseball from Jason Kubel or Brian Dunsing. Visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on supports under the More tab. There's a bunt up the line, and that's going to be a base hit. Nobody fielded it. And there'll be runners at first and second.
Yeah,
with nobody
Dumatre's got to go after that ball right there. He kind of quit going after it, and it made Parmalee go after the ball. So Carrera taking that ball with him down that first baseline, and then you could see that nobody went after the ball, and then by the time Parmalee had to come in and do it. Watch this right here. Dumatre's got to finish that and then shovel it over to Tolbert, who was there to cover the bag. So a little mishap right there. Carrera gets an infield bunt single.
And now a bunting situation for the number 9 batter, Marson, who continues to hit pretty well against the Twins. 2 more hits again today. Ball 1. Ron Gardenhire in his morning, Sunday morning radio show said as much. You know, the Twins fans have been so supportive again this year. Deserve a better product than what they've seen lately. Marson squares and takes ball 2.
You have to throw a strike right here. If they're going to give you an out, take it. Luke Hughes, the way that he went at the play was on. It sure looked like Rick Anderson's going to go out and make sure that everybody's on the same page. He kind of didn't come in. He stayed at third base. So Dumatre's his job is to cover that third baseline, but you have to throw a strike. Well, Parmalee right here, he tried to, get it, and then they don't get the double, or then the error right there. Then Pavano makes a great barehanded play, turns it, but Carrera hustling down the line. He wanted that double play. And then the walk right there to Fukudome, he's done. And then the bullpen came in. They walked the batter right there. Maharis walked in a run. Alex Burnett walked in a run. And Jim Thome with the infield broken back, shattered bat, base hit. And then the double by Shelley Duncan.
Now 2-0 to Donald, who gets a chance to swing away with a favorable count. We'll see if the Indians put the bunt back on here.
Steve Smith, the third base coach, going through signs. Not related to Joe Smith.
That's not his real name anyway.
Yeah.
Bunted foul, 2-2. Two and 2 to Marson. Indians with some help putting together a 6-run 7th inning. Looking for more here in the 8th. And now a full count to Marson. Fukudome on deck. Dumatre in search of an out. Half swing, but a strike call. And a strikeout for the first out.
Well, Marson unable to do his job right there, and that's advance the runners. Lemaitre picking up a strikeout.
So 1 down, and here's Fukudome. Pavano ended up walking him to fill the bases in the 7th. Fukudome was the last man Pavano faced last inning.
The only walk that Pavano had in the game.
Strike 1. Down the line and foul by a couple of feet. 2 strikes.
Jim Hoey getting loose.
Two strikes to Kosuke Fukudome. So into a multi-year deal by the Cubs. And dealt away in the middle of the final year of his deal. Missing inside 1 and 2.
The Twins have all of this whole series trying to pitch Fukudome inside. He's a guy that we've seen will slice that ball the other way. Anything out over the plate, he'll go with it. Occasional power. And Butera calling time. Going out to talk to Lemaitre.
Count 1 and 2 to Fukudome. Lemaitre trying to pitch around the leadoff walk and bunt single. And now time called by home plate umpire Mike Everett for some reason.
There's a ball out by the bullpen area. Ben Revere has to retrieve it.
Revere back at his place. One and 2. Sliced foul again. Talk about the pacing of the game and how important it is for a starting pitcher to have a good tempo and a rhythm out there. What we've seen out here from the Twins relievers is the polar opposite of that. 2 and 2. Now you're walking people. It's kind of hard to get into a rhythm, but still the time between pitches, it just seems like it's taking forever. Two and 2. Called third strike, 2 down.
Well, Lemaitre picks up a second straight strikeout. Good fastball after working them hard in. He makes a pitcher's pitch down and away. Gutierrez sitting away. And strike 3.
Here's Jason Kipnis, drew the first of 2 straight bases loaded walks in the 7th inning. Strike 1. One and 1. And now 1-2. Kipnis with some power. Saw the 6 home runs. The bases loaded walk, though, just his 15th run batted in. This surprising year of contention. The Indians have been in transition with Kipnis figuring to be their second baseman for a good long while. High and tight, 2-2.
Yeah, Kipnis hitting .290, 29 major league hits so far, and 14 have been extra base hits. 7 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs. Kipnis signed out of Arizona State University by the Indians just a couple years ago.
And a called third strike gets Kipnis. So a walk, a single, then 3 strikeouts. It's still 6-3.
Minnesota 6-3 we head to the bottom of the 8th. Fans, stay with us after the game for Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. As always, it includes the Toyota postgame wrap. Carl Pavano was pitching a gem, had a 3-0 lead going to the 7th, and then something went wrong. We'll break that down, take a look at how good he has been lately. We'll also put you on the set for a bunting instructional with Tim Laudner, the keys to having success in that area. And we'll hear from Ron Gardner and hopefully get an update on Jason Repko, who was unfortunately, guys, hit in the head with a pitch, went to Hennepin County Medical, and we'll get further updates on his health. Likely not to make that trip with you guys to New York, but certainly a tough spot here this afternoon.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, if we get word before we leave the game broadcast, we'll pass it along regarding Jason Repko. Again, it looked like he was hit in the back of the helmet by a pitch. Tony Sipp comes in to pitch to the Twins in the 8th.
Yeah, Tony Sipp, he worked here on Friday night, won 2/3 of an inning, did give up a base hit in the Indians' 7-6 win, making his 67th relief appearance. Another guy in the bullpen having a very solid year.
Chris Parmalee leading things off in the Twins' 8th, and he takes a strike.
No secret what you're going to get from Tony Sipp. A good fastball and then that hard slider. The hard slider getting ahead of Parmalee for strike 1.
So far, Parmalee just 1 for 7 against lefties. Parmalee, Hughes, and Dinkelman trying to get the Twins out of a 3-run hole here. Two and 1. Down the middle, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Sipp, 28 years old, in his 3rd season with the Indians. Signed by the Indians 2004 out of Clemson University.
Driven to right center field. Third time today that Parmelee's hit the ball on the button, and he'll get an extra base hit. So Chris Parmelee, who lined out to short to end the first inning, hit a warning track fly ball to center in the third, finally gets rewarded with a ringing double to right center.
You know, he told Kevin Gorg earlier, you know, in our pregame, another ball down in the strike zone, that, you know what, he feels comfortable up here. It's no different. The bases are still 90 feet away. And he's had some very good at-bats.
3 times today getting the barrel of the bat on it and hitting it hard. Here's Luke Hughes. He scored all 3 Twins runs. He's reached on a pair of singles and a fielder's choice. Swing and a miss. Hughes with a leadoff single in the second. Run scored. Leadoff single in the fourth. And he reached on a fielder's choice. Went to second on a throwing error by Kipnis in the sixth. Way out in front of the off-speed pitch.
A good changeup right there by Sip.
2 strikes.
Something that he's added over the last couple of years.
Parmelee at second with a leadoff double. Hughes was originally in the starting lineup as the first baseman for the Twins. Parmelee wasn't even in the starting lineup, but then Valencia was scratched. Changeup got him.
Another very good changeup.
We'll see if the Indians now employ the Dinkelman shift.
Yeah, they're going to bring the left-hander over into right field. In yesterday's ball game, Dinkelman got 3 hits, all between first and second in the right field. And then here today, all 3 hits, a high chopper over the head of Santana, and then another ball through the field, infield, and then a line drive base hit, an RBI base hit, that coming in the 6th inning.
Bottom line for all this is Dinkelman's hitting .368. And he takes strike 1. Dinkelman started as the second baseman, moved out to the outfield when Repko got hit by the pitch. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes.
2 sliders right there by Tony Sip.
Oh, 0-2 to Dinkelman. This one to left center. Down for a hit. Off the glove of Carrera. They'll hold Parmelee at third. And Dinkelman's backed up a 3-hit game yesterday with a 4-hit game today.
Yeah, Brooklyn got breaking ball left up a little bit, and Dinkelman kind of a slicing ball toward left center. So Dinkelman getting a career 4-hit day.
Benson got one on Friday, and now he'll hit here representing the tying run. This will be a good spot for Benson's first major league home run. If he gets it, it won't be against Tony Sip. Going to bring a right-handed reliever in.
Manny Acta on his way out.
Vinny Pistano will come in to pitch to Joe Benson when we come back. Having quite a game with 3 runs batted in. He's our Jimmy John's delivery of the game.
With a 3-0 ball game, Duncan got the offense going for the Cleveland Indians. A solo home run, then later in the inning, a 2-run double gave the Indians a 6-0 lead, or excuse me, 6-3 lead. That's where we're at right now. Twins with runners at first and third and 1 out.
Pistano, part of a really good Cleveland bullpen. They've been really good in denying home runs. You've got Smith, Pistano, and Rafael Perez that have combined to throw about 180 innings. And those 3 relievers have given up only 7 home runs.
Pistano worked here a couple nights ago, making his 63rd relief appearance.
So the Twins need a home run. Benson capable of doing it, but he's got a tough assignment here as he represents the tying run, and he takes strike 1.
We saw the 77 strikeouts for Pisano in 57 in the third innings.
One strike to Benson. And now a ball.
Almost throws out of that same angle that Justin Masterson does. Those strikeouts for a reliever. You see Pistano on that list. David Robertson of the Yankees, number 1.
Swings through a fastball, and it's 1-2. One and 2 to Joe Benson. 2-2. Harmony started the inning with a double. Dinkelman, after 1 out, delivered a single. Two and 2 to the Twins left fielder. And now a full count. Tolbert on deck. Pitches have been delivered on Fox tracks.
Yeah, everything away.
One of the reasons he doesn't give up many home runs, I suppose. And Benson waves at one off the plate, 2 down.
Well, it gives you that angle, that sidearm angle. The ball just kind of scoots away. So he picks up a 78 strikeout in 57 2/3 innings. Working the outer half of the plate.
So 2 on, 2 out for Tolbert. Rene Tassoni available on the bench, but he may be used to hit for Drew Butera, who's in the on-deck circle. And Tolbert takes strike 1.
The first breaking ball he threw Benson nothing but fastballs.
Hit him. So Tolbert will go to first to fill the bases. And Valencia is going to hit. Danny Valencia has come out onto the on-deck circle, not the left-hand hitting Tassoni.
You see Marson sitting inside, and that clips Tolbert to load the bases.
Valencia again, who's in the starting lineup and then scratched, been battling the flu, comes off the bench to hit here with the bases loaded and 2 away. Valencia hitless in 2 at bats as a pinch hitter. Hasn't been used much because he's been the one name that Ron Gardenhire could put in the starting lineup every day.
Well, great numbers with bases loaded in his young career.
Outside, ball 1. Indians did all their damage in that 7th inning with 2 outs, or most of it. Now the Twins trying to jump back in the game with 2 outs. One and 0 to Valencia. 2-0. See what he gives Valencia on 2-0 and what Valencia does with it.
It'll be a fastball away. And it is away.
Indians built their first lead on the strength of a couple of bases loaded walks. And now the Twins trying to get back in the game. And Pestano one ball away from issuing his own bases loaded walk. No activity in the Cleveland bullpen. And not close at 6-4. The tying run, Tolbert now moves into scoring position for Revere. So Revere will face Pestano with a chance to tie it up with a hit to the outfield.
Pestano, that's his 23rd walk. Now Tim Belcher coming out to talk to his right-hander. 23rd walk in 58 innings pitched.
So with 2 outs, Pestano hits a batter, walks a run in, and now Revere is trying to find a landing spot for a line drive in the outfield.
Twins need a gapper right here.
Yeah. Revere 1 for 4. You can see where left fielder Trevor Crowe is playing Revere. As you call that, the no singles defense. And Revere takes a strike. Joe Nathan getting loose down in the bullpen in the event the Twins take the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Breaking pitch, this one missing. So Revere, after the hit batter and the bases loaded walk, takes the first 2 pitches. Chad Durbin warming up for Cleveland. 2-1. The pitch that Pestano struck Benson out on was a fastball well off the plate on 2-2.
Well, he's put himself into that situation. He's got to throw a fastball here.
Three and 1.
He throws that fastball, misses low.
Ball 4. And the Indians walk in a couple of runs in the 8th. So it's 6-5. And Plouffe will come up with the bases loaded. Loof on the day, 0 for 3 with a walk. Ball 1.
Mike Everett, a home plate umpire early in a ball game, pretty big strike zone. Has it tightened up? I think it's just because these guys are all over the place.
Oh my! That nearly skewered Michael Kadire and got into the photographer's area. Oof, fouling one off. It's 1-1. Popped up right field. And the Twins get 2, but leave the bases full. It's a 1-run game as we go to the 9th. Gray, drizzly day here at Target Field, and each team has issued a pair of bases loaded walks. It hasn't been the prettiest thing in the world. The Twins are down a run as we go to the 9th.
Yeah, 6 errors in this ball game between both ball clubs. A lot of men left on base. And Joe Nathan's goal right here put a 0 on the board. Hopefully the Twins can tie it or win it in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nathan in his 45th relief appearance.
And Rene Rivera in the game as the catcher, replacing Drew Butera. Been a while since a starting catcher has caught the whole game for the Twins. The Twins have had to pinch hit for their catchers, trying to cover up a deficit. So it'll be Carlos Santana leading off the 9th. Indians getting all their runs in the 7th inning. Off-speed pitch over the outside corner. Santana drew the second bases loaded walk the Twins issued. In the 7th inning, it was Alex Burnett who issued that one. Called strike, 2 of them now to Santana.
Well, Nathan worked here on Friday night. Did give up that home run to Jim Thome. That was a deciding run in that 7-6 Twins loss.
Bouncer to second. And Tolbert over to Parmalee, 1 away. bring in the designated hitter.
Ward Phelps.
Ward Phelps. Pinch ran for Thome after Thome delivered his shattered bat RBI single in the 7th inning.
Phelps in his rookie season just 24 years old. Signed by the Indians out of Stanford University.
Fly ball to right. Chased by Dinkelman. And makes the catch. A foul ball catch. He might have had to compete with a fan to make the catch. Out number 2.
Well, looked to me from, we don't have the best angle, looked like a fan kind of pulled away at the last second. Watch Dinkelman, that fan right there with a glove. Pulled away nicely. Maybe a little out of his reach. Nice catch by Dinkelman.
2 down. Dinkelman with a long run and a nice catch at the end of it. Trevor Crowe hitting in the 5th spot. Pulled foul. Twins are due to have up Cuddyer, Parmalee, and Hughes in the bottom of the 9th. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. There was Nathan victimized by Jim Thome for the home run in the 9th inning on Friday. At the time, increasing Cleveland's lead from 2 to 3. We didn't think so much of it. And the Twins came back and scored 2 on Friday at the bottom of the inning. Pitches up, 1-2. Two and 2. Boston down 8-5, bottom of the 9th at Fenway. The Rays leading, threatening to cut into the wild card lead held by the Red Sox to just 2 games. With a week and a half to play. Nathan pitches a clean 1-2-3, top of the 9th. We'll see if there's a bottom of the 9th comeback for the Twins in the final game of this series. They're trying to do it.
Well, Cleveland 6 runs in that 7th inning. Duncan a big inning, a home run and an RBI 2-run double. Dinkelman having a career day. 4 singles and RBI. He scored a run. And Luke Hughes with a couple singles and has scored 3 runs.
Chris Perez comes in to face Michael Kadire. Perez, the closer for the Indians.
Yeah, Perez picked up the save here on Friday night, his 33rd of the year.
Kadire, first man he faces, takes outside, ball 1. Kadire 2 for 6 against Perez with a home run and a double.
Michael Kadire fan.
At the knees, 1-1. It'll be Kadire, Parmalee, and Hughes. Dinkelman and the Twins hope Benson and some others. Anyone that'll help the Twins get a run. Hopefully 2.
Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest save for Perez here on Friday night. He did give up a couple runs.
Off the handle of the bat into short right field. Kipnis retreats, makes the catch 1 away. So Kadire retired, and that'll bring up Parmalee. Now Kadire didn't, neither did Parmalee or Hughes. None of them faced Perez here on Friday night. So Parmalee will be getting his first look. Just 1 hit on the night, or on the day. But again, he's hit 3 balls very hard in this ball game, including his leadoff double in the 8th. One strike.
Nice going, Dad.
1 strike to Chris Parmalee. On the outside corner.
Yeah, Perez with a good fastball, hard slider, and occasional curveball. All-star this year for the Cleveland Indians.
Up the middle and through for a hit. Again, Parmalee got the barrel of the bat on it. Pushed it through the middle of the infield. Tom Kelly would call that a diamond cutter.
Well, Perez ahead in the count, tried to sneak another fastball by him. But Parmalee right back up the middle.
So now Luke Hughes, who scored 3 runs, gotten a couple of hits, struck out in the middle of the 8th inning rally. At the knees, a strike. Perez has given up 5 home runs, 56 innings. Breaking ball hits the inside corner, 0-2. Bouncer to short. They'll get 1, but not 2. So Hughes reaches on a fielder's choice, and it'll be left to Brian Dinkelman, who already has 4 hits today. They've all been singles, 3 of them pulled to right, the last one hit to center.
Having a very good series, 7 for 12 in this 3-game series, and the Indians are looking to sweep the Twins, something they haven't done here in Minnesota since September of 2007.
Ball 1. If Dinkelman keeps the game alive for the Twins, Benson is in the on-deck circle. 1-0 to Brian Dinkelman. Popped up, back and out of play. 1-1. Hughes a runner at first with good speed. Dinkelman can drive one to the gap, might have a tie ball game. One and one. Popped up, back and out of play again.
Yeah, Dinkelman with 15 hits, still looking for his first extra base hit at the major league level. Be a good time for it right here.
One and two to Brian Dinkelman. And that'll end it. The Indians get their sweep. And the Twins will head to New York. Mike Pomerantz, the Twins had a 3-run lead. Things were going along just fine until that 7th inning.
Yeah, that was the tale. One big inning cost the Twins the day. When we come up on the post-game show, we're going to talk about the walks that cost the Twins this game. Also some proper bunting techniques and another big day for Mr. Dinkelman.